Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be reviewing Ninjabread Man for the Nintendo Wii and PS2. Just a quick disclaimer before I start this review, any gameplay you see is recorded on the Dolphin emulator at 1080p, and the reason I'm not recording on a Wii is because 1, I don't have my Wii with me at the moment, and 2, I don't have a capture card for my Wii. And another good reason is because for some reason, the original ports of this game don't support widescreen for some reason. It's kinda weird, I know. But I mean, that's just one of many problems with this game. Anyways, let's just get right into it. One thing you will notice before you even start the game is that this game was developed by Data Design. They are notorious for creating questionable games like Anibis 2, Action Girls Racing, Myth Mashers, or whatever. It's just not a very good company. But, you know, that has nothing to do with this game, we hope, right? So, let's get into it more. Upon starting the game, you'll notice one thing. There is no music at all. Not for the menu screen or anything. Like, take a listen. That's the original in-game sound. There's none. And then when you open a file select, music starts playing. Like, what the fuck? It makes no sense why they didn't just use this music for the startup, because I'm sure I'm not the only one who thought my computer was fucked up. I bet a lot of kids thought their Wii was fucked up or some shit. I don't know. But, yeah, it's kind of questionable. It already goes to show this game's poor quality. Like, I mean, just take a look at these UIs. From the start menu, the mission complete menu. Like, God, they're awful. They look like they were made on, like, Windows 95. Oh, God. I mean, I bet I can make better, and I don't even know how to make UI, so that's kind of saying something. After getting over the bad UI and the sudden lack of music, you go into the level select expecting not 4 levels, but guess what you get? You get 4 fucking levels, one of which being a tutorial. So you really only have 3 levels. Let's begin with the tutorial, shall we? Upon starting the tutorial, you spawn this old guy's house and it teaches you how to move right off the bat. Kind of weird, but you talk to the old guy that's in the house and he tells you how to move. You know, you may have been expecting a plot or something, but no, he just teaches you how to move. This game doesn't have a purpose. Alright, whatever. So you start moving around and you find these gates. You can only enter the first one, of course, so you go in it and it teaches you how to jump. Thank God it teaches you how to jump, because never before has jumping been so weird in a video game. So in this game, you have to shake the nunchuck specifically to jump. Not only is that inconvenient and uncomfortable, but that's weird as fuck. Like, who the hell thought of that? What the hell? Anyways, once you get over that and you click the scroll, you unlock the second gate, which teaches you how to swing your katana. Obviously, you swing the Wii remote, which is a pretty common thing in some Wii games that support motion controls. Whatever, not a big deal, except for the fact that the katana doesn't always work. It's very inconsistent, but I mean, whatever, not a huge deal. This is a Data Design game, what are we expecting? So you click the scroll and you unlock the third gate. You go in it and you find this target room where you just throw your trusty projectiles at the targets, you know, to train. All you have to do is point the Wii remote at the screen. Simple. So, then you're done the tutorial. And that's it. And then you go into the levels. Now, I will say the music in this game isn't that bad. I honestly find some tracks to be somewhat nostalgic. I mean, it's nothing amazing, but for a game like this, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, yeah, I might give these another listen sometimes. They're just that okay. Once you start the levels, you'll notice the visuals look pretty fucking bad, even for a Wii game. This is obviously because the game was originally going to be released for only the PS2, and it was originally only on the PS2 in 2005, until it got ported to the Wii 2 years later. So that's why the visuals look very bad. This is a case for most Data Design games. For some reason, they made a lot of PS2 games, and they decided to port them to the Wii. Pretty weird, but that's just how they do it, I guess. After you get over the mediocre graphics, you walk around and you start to notice these levels are barren as fuck. I mean, sure, there's some platforms to jump on, some enemies to fight, but the enemies are, you know, pretty bland. I mean, there's a gumdrop, there's a cake, and there's a bee. That's it. There's only 3 enemy types in the whole game. Of course, you also notice you have a heart meter. Every enemy you defeat, except for bees, drops a heart. Once you collect enough hearts, you'll get a 1-up, which is a pretty cool feature, I gotta say. So not only do the hearts give you a life, but you get a 1-up too. So I mean, once you get a 1-up, your heart counter kind of resets back to normal, so it's almost like a trade-off. Like, you either get more health or you get another life. It's kind of cool in my opinion. I know it's probably not intentional, that's probably not why they made it a thing, but it works. Of course, the main objective of this stage is to collect these energy cells, which will power up this teleporter. So, every stage you just have to collect these, and honestly, I gotta say, it gets really repetitive. I mean, I was never bored doing these levels, but that's only because I had a review to look forward to. I mean, just imagine a kid in 2007 playing this. They'd probably be bored out of their mind by the first level. I mean, this is all you do. Sure, there's only 3 levels, but they're all the exact same theme. Pretty much just candy, except the 3rd level has more caves, the 2nd level has some caves, and the 1st level has no caves. That's about it. That's the only difference. I mean, if you ever do get lost in a stage, luckily there's an arrow pointing to what direction you have to go to, kinda acting like as a mini-map, but it's not always accurate, and sometimes you're better off without it, kinda deeming it useless at times. I mean, there were times it actually did work for me, but that was very minimal. Most of these energy cells are just placed on platforms you have to get up to, so that's another reason why it's super tedious. I mean, there is this one cool energy cell. It's in the 2nd level, so pretty much what you have to do is you have to memorize where to step on these, like, different colored platforms. You don't want to memorize them by color, but you want to memorize them by pattern, like, go up 4, go across 2, etc. And if you fall off, you fall in lava, or you get lucky and land on the platforms that you're supposed to memorize. I think that was pretty cool. I mean, that probably took inspiration from some online minigames from, like, 2011, but either way, I think it was pretty cool, and you have to realize this game came out in 2007, so pretty neat. But I mean, other than that, there's not a single energy cell I can name that didn't have to do with just going up platforms. The game's really repetitive, but luckily, once you finish it, by the way, when you finish the game, it pretty much just takes you back to the main menu and your save file says 100%, so that's kind of weird. But after finishing the game, you'll probably notice that you have these other modes to do. You have time attack, you have a collecting mode, and you have a hidden collecting mode. The time attack mode is pretty obvious, you just gotta beat the level in time. The collecting mode is just, you have to collect a ton of collectibles, like, you know, candy canes, candy, stuff like that. You can even select the difficulty, like easy has very little amounts, medium has some amounts, like 400, and hard mode has like a ton, I don't even know how much. And then, obviously, the hidden collectibles is just like 20 collectibles in a level, but they're more hidden. By hidden, it pretty much just means, like, placed on a high platform. It's not really hidden, it's just a bit harder to get. Overall, that's really about it. This game does not have much to it, it controls very badly, it looks poor, and the gameplay is more than repetitive. I mean, I do often hear a lot of people saying this is like the worst Wii game, but I have to disagree. I doubt it's all worse. There has to be a game out there that's a bit worse than this. Maybe Eminem's Kart Racing? Maybe. I don't even know. But I mean, overall, yeah, this game's pretty bad. However, I mean, the credits are pretty funny. Like, dedicated to the hard-working team that pulled together and made this all possible. Like, what the fuck? This game probably took, like, a month to make. Now, there was going to be a sequel to this game, but, I mean, data design shut down before they could even make it. Maybe for the better, but, I mean, I would have liked to see a sequel even then. I mean, even if it was shit, maybe they would have changed something about it. And I gotta say, the artwork for the game isn't half bad. I mean, I'm a fan, personally. It gives me that 2008 vibes, if you know what I mean. Pretty good. But yeah, I still keep my word. This game is pretty bad. I'd give it like a 2 out of 10 if I had to give it a score, but I'll just tell you guys not to get it, unless you want to see how bad it is. then I mean, there are some cheap listings online for it, unlike eBay for example. As you can see here, the game only goes for like $10 or something for Wii, but if you want to get a hold of a PS2 version, well, those are from France, so you're going to have to be paying a bit more. I mean, look at this one listing, it's over $30. I think that's enough, Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Stay tuned for next time, where I will be reviewing Sonic Adventure DX. Enjoy.